Zach is such a great kid, loves his country. This is a young guy that, coming out of high school wasn't even in the top 100 anywhere. Nobody was expecting anything out of Zach. He went to college. They were thinking about redshirting him in his first year. This is a guy that we just, each year, developmentally doing more with him, step by step. We know he loves his country. We know he loves to play for his country. And we expect that he will play for his country many years to come. I just think, unfortunately, you deal with something that most of the countries around the world have to deal with when they have these kinds of players. In a draft year, anything can happen. We were hoping and trying to work it, negotiate it with the team, and do everything that we could to try to see him here. But eventually, I think he, like as he said, he probably felt the fatigue of going all year, and decided to pull himself out. Zach notified me and coach that he was sorry, and you could hear the heaviness in his voice, right? I mean, you're growing up, you're dreaming of something like this. It's actually here. You have a great opportunity to do it, but your life just changed, right? Zach is a guy 2 years ago people were saying wouldn't even get drafted, right? He was a college player of the year, and people were saying he wouldn't even get drafted, right? So for him, you have to imagine this is a whirlwind, right? You go number 9. This is not a guy that was ranked on anybody's boards before, maybe the last year or so. So, we're happy for him. We are happy for him. It stings a little bit because you want him out here, but we heard and felt the heaviness in his voice as well. He's disappointed, but feels like, this is what he has to do at this moment. Well, it's definitely going to impact the roster, right, and our choices. I'm gonna leave that between Jordy and I. But yeah, it's definitely going to impact things, right? But when you come into something like that, you're preparing for all contingencies, and I think that's why you see the numbers of our camp the way they are, right? It's why we didn't just take 12 players, right? We came with more players to prepare ourselves for whatever might come. I'm speaking to all the teams constantly. I think, the fact that you see all of these players here means our culture must be pretty strong for the teams to feel good enough to allow, these athletes that they compensate at a very, very high level to be here. We have our doors open. If you look down, you can see some of the NBA teams are sitting down there, watching their athletes. Some of them are getting in the gym, with their guys and making sure they're still following some of the programming that they have in place for them for the summer. So, yes, you're always trying to talk to the team. And sometimes for us, what you're seeing is most of the time it's going pretty well. Obviously, this is a draft year for Zach, and we'll have to be patient. You'd think, right? If you're gonna pick somebody in the top 10, they probably, hopefully, have big plans for him, and I think that bodes well for Canada in the future. I think the more he's playing, the more he's getting the opportunity on the floor. I think can only help us in the long run. Obviously, we'd love to have him here. We think there's things that we could do with him. We were planning, but we'll have to be a little patient, and we're happy for him. This is a dream. He's going to be able to take care of himself and his eventual family. You signed for $26 million. You're doing pretty well. So we're happy for him, especially considering where he started. He came to the game late. No one saw this in his trajectory. We took him and we said, "Come on, Zach. Let's work." We helped him. We helped guide even where he went to school, which coaches were going to be with him year after year after year. We put funding into him, supporting him. So we're excited. This is a win for him, his family, but it's also a win for us at Canada Basketball, systematically, operationally. But it's tough because you want him here, you want him playing. But we understand the decision that he's made, and our team is still very, very strong. And we're going into the competition. I'm ready to go.